Okay. So let's move on to class. So meantime they will join. So last class already we had discussed, right? So what is DevOps, and so what is advantage of DevOps, and what are the models we are following, and what are the DevOps life cycle and all. And today we'll anyway coming classes we'll get more on that. So exactly which phase, which tool we are going to use. So those and all anyway we are going to discuss. And today we'll see. So what is source code? What is version control? So what is version control? And so what is the right architecture, and how it will work? Just we'll start. And coming classes we'll get all tools and exactly where all this tool fit for, and how to configure, and what is the use. And each tool there is some purpose, right? So now slowly we'll get more idea. Okay. So today we'll see. So what is version control? And so simply we are calling software version control. And what is the main rule, what is the vital rule in our software industry? Suppose if we don't have version control, and what is the drawback? First we'll see. So if we come to real time, right? So if we join any organization or any project, okay, so every project or every organization, so they are using so one version control. So that version control might be they can use depends on their requirement. We cannot say 100% they are using same only. So there is many version controls we can use it. Version so control. Okay. So version control. So these are mostly in real time we are using GitHub and Bitbucket repository, or TFS, Team Foundation Server, or they can use a SVN or CVS. So blah, blah, there is many, right? So many version controls available in market. But if we come to Java, Salesforce, any other technology, most of the people real time we are using so GitHub or Bitbucket. And .NET people mostly they are using TFS. This is also version control, but this is a Microsoft related, and mostly .NET is .NET right software. So that is a Microsoft product, right? So anyway, that is the reason. So .NET people mostly they are using so TFS, Team Foundation Server. But apart from .NET, so most of the cases we are using GitHub or Bitbucket or SVN. This is SVN and CVSR. That is the older, and that's almost this is deprecated, and it is following a server and client. And nowadays most of the right we are using so this one we are using anyone we can use. I'm not saying 100% every project, every organization they are using so only GitHub or only Bitbucket or TFS. That is depends on project, depends on client. So based on their requirement, so they can use anyone. Now so we are going to learn so first what is GitHub and what is Git, and how to work with Git and all. So we'll see today. So simply GitHub is a code hosting platform, guys. Inter also they are asking one or two guys what is GitHub. If someone is asking what is GitHub, GitHub is a code hosting platform. Code hosting platform. Code hosting platform for version control. Version control. So for example, right, so I have a project, I am working one single project. Simply if you want to say, so whatever you want, we can say, this is very simple. Code hosting platform for version control. But if you come to real time, see here, this is the just assume already, right? This is the repository, GitHub repository, central repository. And we are working parallelly the same repository. So multiple people working same repository, and so that is right, these all are the resource. So these are the developer or tester or DevOps engineer, whatever it may be. Now if you don't have repository, already last class we discussed, right? So if you don't have a repository, the main thing is there is no versioning. Okay. So developer 1, developer 2, developer 3, they are working parallelly, or anyone, not only developer, testers, and DevOps engineer and QA team. There is multiple teams involved here. Multiple teams involved here. All are working same repository. Now, so just assume this is my GitHub repository. GitHub repository. Or simply we are calling a central repository. This is the central repository. So what is central repository? Simply, so everyone, so this is one common location for all developers, all resource. So I have a ABC project, right? Just assume, or ABC or XYZ project, or this is my project, ABC project. So for this project we have source code, right? That is nothing but a project code. Suppose if we don't have any central repository, if you don't have any repository, whether we are not using GitHub or Bitbucket or TFS SVN, where can I keep my entire project? If you don't have any central repository, where we can maintain all this code and all. Now clear, guys? Now got it? So simply if you want to understand, this is the one central location. This is the one code hub. So simply if you want to understand, GitHub is a code hosting platform. You want to maintain your code, our project code. We can use GitHub or Bitbucket or TFS or SVN. There is a lot of tools available in market. That is depends on, we can use anyone. Okay, but we are not going to work with all version control in single project. One project means we are using only one version control. So that version control might be anything. Clear? So what is main purpose? So, code hosting platform. Now my code is available hosted here. Okay. Now, now here see there is a multiple developers or multiple testers working parallelly. For everyone they can work, right? See here, you and our entire team, you are your entire team, you and your other teamwork, other teams, not only our team, other teams also work together on your same project. So this is my project. So you and other teams together work on the same project wherever you are. So now I'm in so work from home. Now I'm sitting here, right? So someone is sitting Chennai, someone is sitting Bangalore. So all are working same project. Already my code is hosted in GitHub. This is the hosted platform. This is the one hosted platform version control. Okay. Now anyone can access my project. Anyone can write so work with our project. Now clear, guys? Simply if you want to understand. So what is this? This is the code. So this is the code hosting platform. Whatever that is Java related project we can maintain, or also we can use the .NET project, Salesforce project, front end, whatever you want. So this is also one of the topmost source code. This is also open source. This is also open source. Anyone can use it. Here no need to pay anything. But real time mostly we are maintaining so private and all. But practice purpose mostly we are using only public repositories and all. And easily we can access, and easily we can collaborate with the team also. Here anyone any doubt, guys? What is GitHub? Simply GitHub is nothing but a code hosting platform, code hosting service for a version control. And you and your team members work together on same project from anywhere. Same project from anywhere. Now got it?
Hello,
Yes.
sir. I have one doubt.
Hmm.
What is version control?
I will explain. Now as of now you got it, right? What is GitHub?
Yes.
Now I didn't explain anything. Okay. So anyway, just wait half an hour. We can understand what is version control. Okay. So now this is the code. We need to maintain one code, right? Suppose if you don't have any repository, and if you don't have this version control is nothing but right? Simply if you want to understand, so today as a DevOps engineer, Simply I will explain. Today you implemented one any configuration file. For example, I implemented some okay. So db or users data. So conf configuration file. So in this file, I created one file and added some users or in some configuration and all. Now I pushed this file to my central repository. That is my GitHub. So if I push here, anyone can see my file, only I can access. So I created one
Anyone can
file,
see.
anyone can see. Now today my work is done. Okay, I committed this code. Simply understand, I committed. Committed means we pushed code to your local to central repository. That's it. Local is nothing but your laptop or desktop. Okay, now I pushed my code to central repository. That is nothing but your GitHub repository. Now my file can see anyone. They can access if they want. They can pull. They can do something. Now next day again I updated this file. Again I updated same file. Updated this file. Now, so if I commit this code to central repository, so for this it is generating, right, some versioning, some commit ID and all. Now today also I modified, I added a few more lines and I removed existing lines, few things. Again, after EOD, I pushed same file to central repository. Now I want to check it, which version. Yesterday also I committed, I pushed my code to central repository. Today also I modified same file. I updated this file to my central repository. Now I want to know yesterday what I did, today what I did. I want to track something. That is versioning, right? So you are working same file, so 1 week. Daily you did something. Okay. So finally you want to know. So first which code I updated. Next day what I updated. Next day what I modified. You want to track it, right? Clear.
Yes, yes.
Suppose if you
Got
don't
it.
have any repository, you don't have any version controller. How can you track it? So before, if you don't have any version control, if you don't have any repository, so there is no versioning. And in waterfall methodology already I explained, right? So they are developed the code entire at a time. 6 months they implemented the code, and finally they deployed into the testing environment. So there we are not maintaining any version, any feedback and all. That is very difficult to handle. So now this is the, so what is this? So these all are the version control. Now, for example, I pushed this file to here. Now my file is available here. So what is this? User dot so conf file. And unfortunately, this developer deleted my file, or this developer updated my file. Now I want to know who modified my file. Yesterday I pushed my file, everything working fine. So after 3 days, 4 days, my file is getting some error. So it is throwing some error message. Now I want to track it. Okay. So how can I track it? Suppose if you don't have anything, history, versioning, how can I track it? That is real time. This is very difficult, right? Suppose these developers also developed some files. We pushed it here. For example, this guy developed one file. Okay. So for example, app.java file he developed. For example, this guy developed another file. Okay. So app2.java file he developed and he pushed file to here. Now all files available here. Okay. Now slowly we can understand. So now try. Now I am the DevOps engineer. Now I can see this code, right? I can get this code also. Correct? This is a central. Anyone can access. Already I have username, password. I can access. I can modify these files also. Clear? Now got it, guys? Now, unfortunately, so I am the DevOps engineer. I don't know. Unfortunately, or knowingly, unknowingly, I deleted one file or I modified one file. Now, if you modified means you don't know Java, you modified file and unfortunately you committed that file also. Now, so while triggering the build, so it is getting error message. It is the file is not working. Now this developer want to know who modified my file. Suppose if you don't have any versioning, if you don't have any history, How can I track it in real time? This is very, very difficult. Multiple people, right? Multiple resource working parallelly, right? Same project. Project means not only DevOps, not only developer. There are many teams parallelly working same project. Correct. How to handle? So, for example, manager asked, "Hey, this is a file. Who deleted this file?" Suppose if you don't have any versioning, so manager asked, "Hey, someone is deleted this file. Who deleted the file?" Simply everyone is escaping. No, no, no. I didn't deleted. I didn't modify. You can simply you are saying. But anyway, here everything history is available, right? Who modified, who deleted, who updated, everything. Simply you can see the history. Simply you can see the logs. So they can easily know who modified file and what is the date, time, everything we can know. So that is the main thing. Now got it? Clear, guys?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So simply if this is nothing but so GitHub is essential like repositories, guys. This is like this GitHub is nothing but this is the repositories. And in this repository, so what we can do, we can create branches. We will see later. First try to understand terminology. Slowly we can understand entire. You don't worry. So slowly for a few people so new to DevOps, right? So these all words new. So first try to understand, try to digest all words, and later we can understand concept and all. So this is the branch name. Mainly we can create also branches, and also we can commit the code, and we can pull the code, and can push the code. Whatever we can do it. So these are the some terminology. First try to understand. So these are the main. We can create the repository. We can create and so we can use that repository, and we can merge the code. We can merge also, merge the code. These are some git commands. We can slowly understand. So now what is GitHub is, so if someone is asking, this simply if you want to say code hosting platform, code hosting platform server. So your entire code we are maintaining in this server only. This is also open source, guys. This is the free only. Everyone can use it and no need to pay anything, and we can so happily use it. So mostly we are using so GitHub only. Okay. Now Git is separate. GitHub is different. Don't confuse here. So this is the GitHub. Now I am talking about only GitHub, not Git. Now clear? This is the web based. That is the code hosting source code. That is nothing but a repository hosting services. Now Git also is there. This is like one client. We are going to use a Git client. Git is nothing but this is the distributed version control system to track changes in our source code. I want to see this already. I told, right? History, who modified, who deleted, which date he updated, which date he deleted, who is the author. So if you want to know those and all, so that case we go for Git. Git is the, don't confuse, GitHub is different, Git is different. In interview also one or two people they are asking what is Git. So this is the Git is a distributed version control, so version control system. Tracking, so tracking changes in source code. Source code is nothing but our project code. Clear, guys?
Yes,
Now
sir.
this is the Git. Git is a distributed version control system for tracking our changes in our source code. Source code is nothing but this is our project code. Don't confuse here. Source code. Okay. Our, that is might be Java code, whatever it may be. Source code is nothing but maybe Java code, Java or .NET or Salesforce, whatever it may. .NET or Salesforce or front end or whatever. This is source code, our project code. So different technology we can use it. So this code and all we are maintaining. So this is the Git. If you want to track your changes, that case we need to install one Git software. This is a distribution version control system, and with the help of we can track your changes. But what is GitHub? This is the this is the code hosting platform service. It is maintaining our code only. This is a central repository. This is a central repository. For Git and all, we are going to install local repository. Clear, guys? As of now, anyone any doubt? Just a simple. I will give so one or two differences. Anyway, later I will slowly understand. So Git is nothing but this is the software, guys. Git is Git is a software. Okay, don't confuse here. But GitHub is a service. GitHub is a service. Code hosting service. Code hosting service. Code hosting service. And Git is the command line tool. Mostly we are using Git is a command line CLI. Command line interface. Command line interface. But GitHub is a graphical, we can use it GUI level. This is the so GitHub is the graphical user interface. That is a user interface. Simply is nothing but a GUI. Simply we are calling a GUI, graphical user interface. This is the command line interface. This is the command line interface. But Git is installed in our local machine. Git is installed in our local machine. Install only local machine on our local. GitHub is hosted on the web. GitHub is hosted. GitHub is hosted on the web. Okay. So there is many difference. So we'll so learn more. Okay. Now clear, guys. So this is the just a high level. First, I'm going to explain what is Git architecture and how it will work. So as of now, anyone any doubt?
Uh, Sir, like if JIT is installed in local wise, then how we can know like what are the changes it happens?
I will show you. You don't worry.
Okay.
Okay. Now I didn't install Git software. I didn't create any GitHub repository. But even if I explain, you cannot understand, right? So anyway, next I'm going to explain only those things only. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now as of now, clear, right? What is difference, main difference, and what is Git and what is GitHub? Now got it, at least one line now. Clear?
Yeah, sir. But we can use any one particular tool is enough, right? Either JIT or either GitHub is enough to the central repositories, right?
GitHub is a central repository. Bitbucket is central repository. TF is a central repository. Git is the client. Now we don't know, right, what is client. Okay. Now got it. This is a central repository. But Git is installed in a local machine here, not here. Now got it. This is your laptop, guys. This is laptop or desktop. This is the Git is installed only in our machine, not in central. Clear? GitHub is this is the host web. This is our web host. We are accessing via URL. But Git software installed only in our local machine. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Now let me come new. So now first we need to understand. So now just now we know, right, what is GitHub bundle. So now this is our now this is your central repository. Okay, your project code and all available here only, right? So you hosted your code here only. So now I'm going to explain a Git architecture, how it will work, and slowly we can understand so how to play with Git commands and all. So this is nothing but central repository. Central repository. So which one we are going to use? GitHub, right? Or we can use Git Bitbucket, anything. Okay. Now anyway, we are going to learn so GitHub. This is our central repository. Now this is the web. Now so now I am the developer or I am the DevOps engineer. Now see here. So this is the central repository. Now if you come to here, so if you have laptop or desktop, in our laptop, this is the local repository. This is the local repo. This is your local repository. This is the central repository. This is the local repository. This is your laptop or desktop. Suppose if you install Git software, now code is available here, and this is my lab. Just we joined any new project in our organization. First, they are providing at least laptop or desktop, right? Once you get laptop or desktop, and so this is the central repository. Now you need to get this code to your local, right? Clear? Clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so if you come to local repository, this is the Git architecture, guys. If you understand this flow, nothing. Daily next 1 week, I am going to explain same story only. First, try to understand. This is very simple only. So this is the central repository. This is the local repository. Local repository, nothing but a desktop or laptop, guys. Don't confuse here. This is our laptop only. So desktop or laptop, whatever it may be. Okay. Clear? Now here, if you come to here, so now this is the code. Code is available my central repository. So you joined one project, and so if you join any project, they are giving username, password, and which repository and which brands. They are giving some information, right? Without information, how can I get it? In real time, all there is two types of repositories, guys. Public repository, and private repository. Private so repository. In real time, so 100% we are using private only. We are not going to use any public repository. Public means anyone can see my code, anyone can see get my code, but that is a project, right? For practice purpose, mostly I am creating only public repository, so we can access, you can use my repository, I can use your repository. But real time not like that. Real time 100% we are using only private repositories. Unauthorized person we cannot access my repository. So this is the ABC project, right? So this, if it is public means anyone can see my code, anyone can see get my code, right? Project code and all. So where is the security? So but real time mostly we are using private only. But class level, so mostly I am creating private, public only. So for public only. Okay, these are the two types of repository, public and private. Anyway, this is the source code SRC. This is my source code SRC. This is our project code and all. Now this is my laptop. Now if we come to here in our local, if we install Git software, already I told, right? Git is installed only in our machine, not in central repository. In central already code is available. Okay, so if we install Git, so here actually here we are maintaining there is three types of right. One is a working area and a staging area, and this is the local repository. Let's try to understand. So these are the entire Git architecture, how it will work. And internally, this is the virtual, guys. We cannot see physically. Sir, can I see my these stages in my laptop? No, no, no. So we cannot see. This is the virtual only. This is not physical. This is the software, right? Okay. Now got it. We cannot see. Okay. So, but internally it is working. This is the flow. What is this? First one. This is the untracked files or working area. Untracked, untracked. This is our working area. Both sometimes I am carrying working area. Both are same only. Working area or untracked. So this is the staging area. If you understand this one, nothing, we can easily understand it. Real. This is the local repository. This is our so local repository. Okay. Now this is the central repository. Now, so if you, for example, I implemented one Java class. This is the central repository. This is your local repository. Now clear guys? Anyone any doubt here? Now Git is installed. If you want to communicate with your laptop to your local to central, so we are going to install, so which software? Git software. This is our client actually we are using. So this is the Git client. Okay. So if you want to communicate with the Git client local to central, we need to install any one CLI. This is my Git client. So if you want to connect your local repository to central repository, if you want to connect local repository to central repository, so we need to install any one client. There is many clients available. So that is we can use anyone. There is many clients available. We can use anyone. Okay. So now this is the central, this is the local. Now how if I develop any class, if I develop any class or any mod, if I create any file, if I updated anything, you want to push local to central, right? So how I can push it? So this is the client already we installed, and this is untracked. This is the staging area. This is the central repository. Just I am giving only a high level overview, and I will explain later. So theoretical and all orally. Okay. For example, here I created one file, whatever it may be. For example, here I created sample data or devops.txt file. Devops.txt file, guys. I created one file, new file. This is the text file or configuration file or whatever it may be. So first the file is under where? Untracked area. This is the working area. Now, so this is the central, right? This is my laptop. Now, if you want to move this file to one stage, so we need to move stage by stage, stage by. That is, so we are going to use some Git commands. Now, I created one file, my laptop. So with the help of touch command, something we know, right? How to create file and all. So if anyone know, touch here giving devops.txt file. This is a Linux command actually. Just if you want to create any empty file, and we are using one file. Okay. So touch. In Windows we are creating different, but anyway we are using Git bash, right? I created one file here. Now I want to move this file to this area. So if you want to move this file this area to, so we need to use one command. Okay. So we are going to use also one command. So there is a git add and file name. So what is my file name here? devops.txt. devops.txt. So now this file is moved working. This is untracked. Untracked means right now I don't have any versioning. That's it, tracking. I don't have any tracking. Suppose in online, if you book any item, they are giving one link, right? Tracking ID. So where is your item? Whether the item is already they send or not yet. Where is the item? We can track, right? Same way, I created one file, but where is my file? Whether it is in untracked area, untracked file, or it is in staging area, or it is in local repository, or it is in central repository. How I know? So for this, we need to use some Git commands. Git add. We are using file. If you use leak, now the file is coming to this area. It will move from this so untracked area to tracking area. Now this file is moved to untracking area to, so this is the staging area. Now my file is available here. Now what is our target? I want to send a central repository. That's it. Just a high level only I am showing. So coming classes are practical we will see. Now staging area. Now I want to move local repository. So if you want to use here also we need to use one command git commit. If you understand this flow, nothing entire now we can understand at least 60 to 80%. Git commit -m, and we are using so that message, and also we are using a file name. Okay, devops dot so txt file. So git commit -m, and we are giving some comment. So who created this file, guys? Who created this file? In real time we need to track it, right? How we can track it? Suppose simply if we give without message and all, we cannot understand, right? Who created this file And so what is the message you updated or really created? So now see here, git commit hyphen m hyphen m. Here I am giving some, I am giving some message and all, whatever you want. So in real time we are giving a proper message, guys. So based on this commit message only, we can easily understand who created this is newly created file, or it is updated, or it is some error file. We are giving some anyway. So this is a newly created, right? So created just file, I'm giving for understanding purpose, created one file. So this is the command. If you use this command, so if you use this command, now what is happening? Your file is moved to so staging area to central repository. So now here it is generating one commit IDs, guys. So now it is generating one commit ID. It is generating one commit ID. So now base if you commit ID means, so that is the commit ID, it will generate commit ID. If we send amount, if you receive amount, we are getting one transaction ID, right? With the help of the transaction ID, we will know, right? So what is the history? So which account you send, or from which account you received amount and all. Here also same story. If you use this command, it is generating on right? So on commit ID, and with the help of commit ID, we can track it. Who is the author, and which is the date and time, and which version. So everything we can track here. Now this is my local repository. So up to here also in my local only. Now so this file, so no one can see. Only I can see. I can modify. No. My file I want to push to central repository. So everyone, so see, right? They want to use my file also. So how to, right? This is a local. Now how to push this file to central? So now we are going to use one push command. Git push. We are using one command. So what is this? So local to central, right? If you want to push file local to central, so this is the we are going to use a git push command, guys. Git push command. Git push. Git push, and we are using that. We are using so which repository and all. So here this is your repository. For this repository we have one repository URL, and also we have branch name. So here this is the repository, and also branch name also available here, and we need to give some information. Okay, now I'm push this file to so this particular repository. Here I'm going to use git push origin, which branch, and that and all we are processing origin, and also I'm giving also branch name, and also we am giving also URL. Before pushing this repository, we need to do some step also. We'll see later. Okay, URL. What is happening? Okay, so git push origin, branch name, and URL. In real time, we are following some syntax and all. So which branch you want to push, and what is the repository you want to push? So that and all we need to add. So before that, we are using git add and remote and all. We are using one more command also. Git add git add so we need to add a remote URL also. Git add URL also. So here in GitHub, suppose if we have 10 repositories, 10 projects, which project you want to push your code, you don't know, right? So that case properly we need to maintain which repository, which branch name. We need to we need to maintain some right, a specific branch name, specific repository URL, and if you mention those, particularly your file is move on to here. Anyway, I pushed this file git push. If you use git push means your file is available here, devapps.txt. Now this file can access anyone. This my file can see my all my project team members and all. Whoever have access my repository. So all people, those all people can see my file, and they can use my file. And whenever if you want to, there is one more command is there, git pull command. I'm not going to explain, just git pull. And whenever if you want to get a central to local, so that case we are going to use one command, git pull command. Already pushed, right? And we are using so git pull command. Pull means central to local. Simply understand. Just remember blindly. Pull is nothing but central to local. Push is nothing but local to central. That's it. Remaining story we'll see later. Okay. If you want to push your local files to central repository, we are going to use git push command. And if you want to get a latest update code to my local, so that case we go for git pull command. Clear, guys? So anyone any doubt here? Hello.
Clear, sir.
Okay. So anyway, just I given a high level. Before that, we need to understand the theoretical, right? Let me explain, and the next class we'll see practically. So first I will open. I will send this document. What is Git and what is theoretical only. Just if you have time, just to go through this one. Git and I'm going to give this one. So generally here, so this file and all Git commands and all available here. And I will send this file. And just for your reference, if you have any doubt, go to see here what is version control. So see here, SCM, source code management, is the process of tracking and controlling the changes in our software development. And the popular so SCM tools, we can use anyone. We can use so GitHub, we can use so GitHub, no, it is not saved, GitHub. And so SVN, CVS, Perforce, Clearcase, TFS, Bitbucket. Not only this, other also in market there is multiple right. So SM tools are available. So we can use anyone. We can use anyone. Okay. So the main thing is so right. So tracking, controlling your changes. So now see here teamwork, multiple right resources working parallelly, and we can easily track the defects also, and we can easily configuring auditing and process management environment changes. There is a lot of advantages available, and those and all we can achieve with the help of this version control. Suppose if you don't have any version control, we cannot track here. We cannot track here who modified who. Now I committed this file local to central, right? Just assume I am the user. I am the user. Just using I am the user. Just I am the username. For example, DevOps user. So now we can track it. Here there is one commit ID. Who committed this file? Who modified this file? What is the date and time? Everything we can track it. Everything we can track it. Everything we can track it. So that is. Now see here, these are the some right. So SM terminologies: source code management, server and client, and what is repository, and what is workspace, and what is branching, what is check-in, check-out, what is revision number, commit IDs, and what is baseline. So these are the terminology. First try to understand. So next 1 week I am calling repository, workspace, branch, and baseline, revision, commit ID. So these are the new words in our SM technologies. Now this is the what is the workspace. This is the local workspace, guys. This is the local repository, or we can call a local workspace. Both are. This is central repository, or this is a central workspace. Both are same only. Don't confuse here. Sometimes I am calling repository, sometimes I am calling a central workspace, sometimes I am calling local workspace. Both are same only. Don't confuse here. Local repository, local workspace, both are same only. Okay. So one time I am calling a workspace, sometimes I am calling repository. So this is the local. Local is nothing but this is desktop or your laptop. Central is nothing but this is your host web. It is this code and all available in only web. So these are the terminology. Now here we are using branching. Which branch? So mostly if I come to real time, so these are the branching strategy we are following. Master branch. This is very very important topic also. So which branching strategy we are following? This is very very important question in interview purpose. So if they are asking any question in Git, okay, mostly they are asking which branching strategy we are following. Okay. So if you join any project, any organization, by default they are following this is a master branch and also development branch and also test branch. These all are the branches, guys. Test branch, this is the master branch. This is very very important. Interview also many people branch. Okay. Now not only this, there is a some hotfix branch and some of feature branch, and this is release branch. Later we'll see. Just for time being, just remember these are the branches real time mostly we are following. So every project we are following some branching strategy. In interview also this is very important question. So which branching strategy we are following? That is the question they are asking. So which branching strategy we are following? These are the main branches. Apart from this, we are using some other branches also. That is depends on project. Okay, but mostly every project, every organization we are following these are the branching strategies: master branch, development branch, test branch, hotfix branch, feature branch, release branch, and apart from this so we are maintaining different branches. Okay, so under test branch we are creating multiple testing branches. Not only this is the test I given only main, under we are creating UAT branch. Okay, so now performance there is a lot of that is depends on project. We are creating multiple branches: hotfix branch, feature branch, release branch. So these are the some terminology. First try to understand terminology, later we can understand. So this is also very important. At least names they are respecting only these names, guys. Whether you have that names, you know that branching strategy names and all. So most of the people, so they are asking this question in Git. So which branching strategy we are following? Just remember high level words. This is the top: master branch, development branch, test branch, hotfix branch, feature branch, release branch, blah blah blah. These are the main branches. Apart from this, so remaining we are using depends on our requirement. Okay, clear, guys? Anyone any doubt here? Hello.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay. Now come to here. So these are see here. This is a local repository, central repository, local workspace, central workspace, branches, which branches, and what is the revision, that is commit ID, and what is the check-in, check-out. So these are the new terminology. Just try to understand. And there is a many advantages available here. Support non-linear development, and it is fully distributed version. So what is already here? So earlier, right? What is Git? Git is nothing but a distributed version control, right? So this what is distributed means simply I am giving a distributed means two-way communication, guys. Here also we are having one copy. This is central repository. We are getting one copy, entire code, one copy, and same code we are getting local also one copy. This is the local, right? So here also we are having one copy. Without internet also we can work with one copy. SRC source code we are having local as well as central. So simply if you want to understand what is distribution version control means, so local also we are getting same code one copy. Central also we are getting we are having one copy. Suppose without internet also we can happily work with local copy, and once we get internet, slowly we can push your local changes to central repository. In TFS and all it is not possible. If we have internet only we can work with. In other tools we don't have this feature. That is the one of the main advantage of so GitHub. So distribution version control. So this is the two copies. So central also we have one copy, local also we are maintaining one copy. Even if you don't have internet, happily we can work with your local copy. Once you get internet, slowly we can move your local changes to central repository. That's it. Now clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that is the main advantage of distribution version control. Now see here, these are distribution and ability to handle large projects. What type of project you want, we can happily work with so GitHub. And also speed, we can this is right, so work with local central to very simple. Now see here, there is many of us aware about the version control. When it comes to work with multiple developers on the single project and collaborate with them, we go for we go for any one version control, that is GitHub or Bitbucket or TFS. So there is no doubt that version control make developers work easy and fast. In most of the organization, developer use their centralized version control system, that is CVCS, centralized version control system, like SVN, subversion, or concurrent CVS, and also Bitbucket. This is the distribution version control we are using, right? So GitHub, and there is many thing. There is a Mercury. This is the old. This is a Bitbucket. Whatever you want, we can use it. But all purpose is same only, guys. So instead of here, we are using GitHub. Instead of GitHub, we can use CVS, we can use SVN, or we can use a Bitbucket, or we can use TFS. Purpose is same only. Purpose is same only. That is depends on our requirement. We can use anyone. We can use anyone. Okay. So these are the main. And so now already you know what is Git. See, Git is the distribution version control system for tracking changes in our source code during software development life cycle. It is designed for coordinating work among the multiple workers, among the multiple workers, that is multiple peoples, multiple resources. But it can be used to track changes any set of files. So which files you modified, which files you updated, which file, what are the new files, what are the updated files, what are the deleted files. So that type of information and all we can easily coordinate, we can easily track it. So that is the, so this is the main advantages. Why Git is distribution model means one developer can share changes to other repository. If you want to, we can same repository or others. See here, this is the distribution. See, share the changes to repository. Other developers also they can see, they can use, and they can update, they can modify. Now see, this is the central, right? Once you push your file to local to central, and everyone can see our file, and everyone can work with this file. If they want, they can update whatever you want. They can. That is the main advantages. See, in some work, if so someone work on the project and they have to clone their local repository, and already you know, right, this is the local repository, this is the central repository. And if you want to get local central to local, and we are using git pull command, and also one more command is there. First time we are using git clone command also. So first time if you want to get a central repository to central my entire source code to local, so that case mostly we are using git clone command. Clone is nothing but only we are using one time. Git pull command we can use multiple times, guys. In interview also one or two people they asked. So what is difference between git clone and git pull? How many times we can use git clone, and how many times we can use git pull command? Git clone we are using only one time, that is first time. So you are the new developer. Code is available central repository. I want this entire code to my local machine. So that case only we are using only git clone command. If you use one time, and so next time onwards we can use git pull command. Pull means we can use multiple times. If any developer push new changes to repository, if you want to update that files in our local, so that case we can use git pull command. We can use many times, but git clone only we are using only one time. Just remember. So make sure that, so git clone command we are going to use only one time. Git pull command we can use multiple times. Whenever if you want to update your local repository, so that case we can use git pull command. Suppose first time I used git clone command. If I use same command git clone, it is giving one error message. Already same repository existing, already same code existing. Like that we'll get an error message, guys. Clear, guys? So anyway, practically we'll see all these things. Just understanding for the timing. That's it. Clear? Anyone any doubt as of now?
Also,
Now see here, why you go for means, see here, developers easily collaborate and work with the same project. Multiple resources working same project, and merge their code changes to very easy. So multiple peoples parallelly working in local repository. If they want, they can merge their code local to central repository many times. SCM tools record all versioning with timestamp. What is versioning? Now understand here. What is the versioning? So we can track timestamp, that is nothing but date and time, and also we can get a developer name and mail id, who is the developer id, mail id, and commit message and commit id, and which date and time. So that information and all we can track it, guys. That is nothing but version. Now got it? Someone is asked, right, what is version control? What is a version? Correct. So versioning means, suppose I modified, I pushed one file, so that information and all we can track it here with the help of timestamp, date and time, developer id, mail id, the developer name, commit id, commit message. This information we can easily track it. We can easily track it. Clear? Clear, guys? This is the version control. Now got it? Yes or no? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
Now,
sir.
we
so
got
now,
some idea.
yeah,
Yeah, we got some idea, but basically we are using both Git and GitHub. Both we are using, right? So Git is like a software, and
local,
GitHub is like
local,
a, yeah,
correct, central.
centralized repository.
Yes.
Okay, and what about Git client, sir? Git client you mentioned, right?
Git client is nothing but Git software.
Okay,
Already here I told, right? What is Git client? That is nothing but if you install Git client only, now we can work with these commands and all. Now see
okay,
here, next up this one only. See here, there is many client softwares available in market. So now see here, somewhere these are the Git client. Where is that? See here, Git client to interaction between our local machine to remote repository, remote server.
okay.
So now this is the local, right? This is the central. How we can interact with my local machine to central repository with the help of Git client. Here we can use Git bash software, or we can install a source tree software, or we can install a Tata's Git software, or we can use a Git extension, or we can, there is a many Git client softwares available in market. So we can use anyone. We can use anyone. That is your wish. We can use Git bash, or we can use source tree, Tata is Git, or so this is the Atom Smart Git. There is, these are the client, guys. These are the client softwares. We can use anyone. Okay. We are going to install only one software only. We are not going to install multiple clients. Now clear.
Yes, sir.
Now
Clear.
this is the Git bash. Now here I installed, what is this? Git bash. This is our client. Here I install Git bash. Here I installed Git bash. That's it. Now see here, in if I come to my laptop, if somewhere if you see means, now here we can see Git bash. Already I installed. Anyway, next class I will show you how to set up and all. So this is the client. Suppose if you don't have client, how can you interact with your local to central? We cannot interact, right? We cannot interact.
Yes,
We need to install anyone. That is your wish. 100% I am not saying we need to use only Git bash. So sometimes I am using Tata S Git, sometimes I am using Git bash, or right? So that GitLab and all those people, they are using source tree. So that is, we can use anyone. Clear?
yeah, clear.
So these are the main. So this is the overview. What is Git, and so what is Git client, and what is advantage. So anyway, I will share this document, and if you have time, just go through it. And the next class I will so recap it again. Okay, clear, guys?
Okay, clear.
Okay, so that's it from my side today.